Welcome back. This week we're talking about how being fine impacts your emotional, mental, and physical wellness. So many of us are programmed in our culture to be fine. Someone asks us, "How are you doing?" "I'm fine." And this eventually becomes a detriment to our health. So today we're unpacking how and why, where this comes from, and how to create something powerful from not being fine. So I want to make sure that you click below and subscribe to make sure that you get future videos like this that will really empower you to embrace the fullness of your mental health and physical health and all of yourself, and how that really impacts the rising of your consciousness and how these things are related. So be sure to subscribe below. So recently I was around some teenagers and I heard one of them say, I don't ever let anyone see my feelings. I'm always okay. I don't share my vulnerability with others. That feels too scary. And this really hurt my heart. It really made me feel sad that even at this young of an age, young people feel like there isn't a space for them to not be fine. They're always just okay. This has a dramatic impact on our lives, not only as young people, but as we move forward into our future. We begin to build up this wall between ourselves and other human beings. It becomes this facade, right? This fake way of being in the world. And there is an impact when we're holding all that in, because the not fine, the emotions, whatever it is, it does want and need very much to be let go of. And I'll tell you, I remember my own self and an experience that I had where I realized I am not fine. I mean, there have been many moments, but there has been one in the last year or so where I was just going, just on autopilot, just feeling like, okay, everything is just fine. I'm just going to continue to operate and do and just be. At least that's what I was telling myself. Someone I am very close with was diagnosed with an illness, and I just became numb. I didn't even feel the numbness. I just felt fine. That's the only thing I could say about where I was. And my partner said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm fine. Yes, I'm fine." And I just sat there for a moment. I was in the airport. I remember this so clearly. I just sat there and paused for a moment, and he held space for me. And I realized in that moment, by being still amidst the chaos of the airport, that I am actually not fine. And by pretending to be fine, it was creating more toxicity in my body, more unhealthy feelings that were just continuing to generate and be stored in my body, and creating this emotional, mental, physical facade, this fake way of being in the world. And in that moment, I just paused and I sat with it. And I finally just said, you know what? I'm not fine. I'm not okay. And it was so powerful, and what I heard back was just, and I didn't do it for that purpose, but it was just so wonderful to be received and seen and not feel like I had to be anything else, and also not feel like I needed to be rescued in the drama triangle. The other person said, okay, it's all right to not be fine. And it just hit me, right? How we do this day in and day out. Hey, how you doing? I'm fine. So this is my story, but this is the story of people all across this country, all across this world. We're pretending, and there is an emotional impact. There's an energetic impact, a physical impact on our mental health, on our physical health, on our wellness overall. So, and the opposite of that is also true. When we admit that we are not fine, when we admit that we are, in a really rough place, something magical happens. We just begin to release. We create awareness, and just by admitting it, this has an impact. That release starts to erode the walls of our facade. And by putting this out into the space, by sharing this with people that you love, care about, trust, or even a coach, or a therapist, a counselor, there's a release that happens. And this also has an impact on your wellness. So here's your challenge for this week, because you are going to feel so much relief. We are, all of us, holding so much in. So this week, you're going to practice setting aside a few minutes each day to just connect with your feelings. What is really going on? Where are you not fine? That's the question I want you to ask yourself. Where am I not fine today? Where am I feeling blocked? Where is something trapped? And without judgment, I want you to just write it down, journal it, okay? Without judgment, just notice. And then the next step is to just create an intention to release it and let it go. That's it. Super simple. Listen, I'm really looking forward to hearing how this goes for you this week. I'm really enjoying the comments. I know you're going to feel a lot of relief and an erosion of your mental and physical and health facade. Okay? So be sure to pop something in the comments, and I'll see you back here next week. Take care.